starting these verbal altercations?
He will just disrespect me, and then I will go back at him.
She verbally abuses us.
You're raising children who are going to have to recover from their childhood. You're suing because you said she used $1,500 to get breast augmentation.
I get in touch with her family. They're like, she's probably in surgery right now. Surgery for what?
Well, sir, are you or are you not using the product that she purchased?
I actually just married an empty alcoholic.
And you rushed in it because you were looking for a Band-Aid. Here is today's case.
He says ever since he lost his job, she has lost all respect for him. He says she started disappearing with strangers and even stole $5,000 from their bank account. He wants his wife to respect their vows. Will she change her behavior? That's today's case on Divorce Court.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Faith Jenkins presiding. Your Honor, our virtual audience is filled with your superfans. Today's superfan of the day is Alexia from Cincinnati, Ohio.
Welcome to Divorce Court, Alexia. We are so happy to have you with us.
Your Honor, this is the case of Fox versus Fox.
Thank you, Juan. Mr. David Fox.
Yes, Your Honor.
You have brought Ms. Dionne Fox
Yes, Your Honor.
to divorce court today. I understand the two of you have been married for a year,
Yes, Your Honor.
and you're already here in divorce court because of a number of issues that have occurred during the course of this short marriage.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll start with you, Mr. Fox. Why don't you give me some background?
I am here because she disrespects me all the time. She's stolen from me, and I believe she's actually even cheated on me. So if I can't get any resolve to these kind of issues, I'm at the end of my rope with it. I'm ready to walk away.
What do you have to say about that, Ms. Fox?
Yes, Your Honor. David, he doesn't communicate with me. He's boring, and he is insecure. And if he doesn't change, I'm going to be out of this marriage.
And it's only been a year. The two of you have been together for 4 years. So why don't you give me some background and give me some specific examples of the problems you say the two of you are having so early on?
Well, in the beginning, I was working where I lived at the apartment complex, and that was where we met. And she was basically like my best friend. She showed interest in the computer games I played. She laughed at my jokes. You know, I'm not the funniest guy, but she would laugh at my jokes.
You're not the funniest guy?
I said I'm not the funniest guy.
She was laughing anyway, though.
Yeah.
So that's
that
when
makes
you
me
knew
feel good. Yeah.
she was interested.
Yes, ma'am. And it all happened when I actually lost my job. We had to move, and we moved into a predominantly black neighborhood, and it was kind of like where I got to see her come out of her shell with me in the apartment and be in a social environment, you know, and it's just gone downhill and downhill since then.
What have you witnessed?
Like, for example, she'll say she's gonna go get a pack of cigarettes or something down at the store and be gone for 6 hours, almost all night. We were walking down the street one time, and we had a guy pull up in a Chevy Impala that she kind of flagged him down, was like, hey. And she leaned in the passenger window and said something to him and told me I'll be back in a minute, and was gone for like 5 or 6 hours.
She got in the car with him?
Yeah.
And didn't say anything to you about where she was going?
Nope, just that I would be back in a moment.
Okay, Miss Fox?
That is not correct. The guy that picked me up, I had just met him maybe like a week prior to that.
So you knew him for a week?
I mean, yeah. I mean, it sounds bad, but it's not like, it wasn't like that.
Well, who is he? Who is he to you?
He's nobody, really.
Somebody who you met a week earlier comes by, picks you up, and you're just gone for 6 hours?
Yeah.
Come on.
Okay, so I think we all know that you shouldn't have gotten in that car, shouldn't have been hanging out all day with somebody you met a week prior. You say that this is not the only example of what you've described as inappropriate behavior.
Oh no, there's
in your relationship.
Things.
What else has happened?
We met a guy that had a bunch of tattoos all over him, and we were all talking. He was a pretty cool guy, you know, I'm gonna lie, and we were hanging out. It was getting towards 8 or 9 in the evening, and I was getting tired, getting ready to go to bed, and the guy started talking about doing free tattoos for us, which sounded pretty good, you know, in the future, or maybe tomorrow or something like that. And she's talking to him about going with them tonight. So I got mad, you know what I mean? And I went to bed, and I woke up around 5 or 6 in the morning with her coming home. And she wasn't with the guy, but she had no tattoos. She
was with him?
She was with him all night.
So she was gone from 8 p.m. to what time?
About 4 or 5 in the morning.
And had no tattoos to show for it, according to you.
That's correct.
What do you have to say about that, Miss Fox?
We were just going to the store to get cigarettes.
Okay, well, you weren't gone for 10 hours to grab a pack of cigarettes.
No, I wasn't even
So what
gone.
were you doing all night?
I wasn't even gone that long, maybe 2 hours.
Anyway.
Miss Fox, do you see the issue with you leaving with yet another man,
Yeah.
going to run these mysterious errands that you say you're running, and you really can't account for the time or what you're doing with the people that the two of you happen to meet and hang out with?
Yes, but I'm not cheating on David. And he knows that. If it's a problem, he never addresses nothing when the problem happens or anything. And that's why we have a problem with communication in our relationship.
There are certain things that shouldn't have to be discussed because you should know I am married to Mr. Fox, and this is what is appropriate. I mean, maybe you just don't know. This is what is appropriate for me and my husband as we continue to operate in this marriage together as one. There just seem to be a lot of random men in the middle of your marriage.
She says that I know she's not cheating on me. Well, 6 hours is a long time to be pacing back and forth wondering where your wife is. I was trying to save some money to purchase us a vehicle. So I had about $5,000 put away in an account that I had not discussed with her. The next time I checked the account, it was at negative $47.
So she spent all the money?
All of it.
I thought he was hiding something. I spent every bit of it.
Have you addressed these issues with Ms. Fox? She says you don't communicate. Have you addressed it?
I have, yes. I'm very non-confrontational, and that brings me right into kind of another example. Sorry to change the subject or anything, but I was trying to save some money to purchase us a vehicle. So I had about $5,000 put away in an account that I had not discussed with her, and then when I checked the next time I checked the account, which was probably a couple weeks, it was at negative $47. And come to find out, all the clothes, all the shoes, everything that she'd been buying, and I've been telling her she looked good in and whatnot, she used all that money to buy all of her stuff because she discovered this account and felt offended that I didn't discuss it with her.
So she spent all the money?
All of it.
Communication, exactly.
What about communication?
That's what happens when you don't communicate with your wife. If he would have communicated
So you
with me
spent it to
from
punish him for not telling you about it?
I thought he was hiding something. Like, he thinks that I'm cheating all the time. I thought he was hiding something from me.
So he didn't tell you, and you didn't tell him that you found it, you just decided to spend it. So what about your communication?
Yeah.
I did. I spent every bit of it.
So you spend hour after hour after hour shopping, buying clothes, buying shoes, whatever it is, all of this time not communicating with him that you found an account with money in it. What if it was to surprise you with something nice, which it happened to be, saving for the two of you because you just got married? What about that? Now the money's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I felt bad afterwards, after I knew what he was doing.
You felt bad, but you said you looked good.
But
Mr. Fox, all of these things have happened within the past year, sir? Is that what you're saying?
Yes,
Since
ma'am.
you got married? Because the two of you have been in a relationship for 4 years.
It feels like when I lost my job, something's happened. It seems like instead of supporting me, she's kind of doing the opposite.
You said that there's another person, a friend,
Yes.
who you find to be problematic in your relationship.
Well, there's a man that lives down the street from us, and we would go over there and hang out and talk. I mean, he's a really nice guy, you know, I thought. So he lives about 5 houses down from where we live. And one day she was going over to get sugar or oil, I don't remember exactly, something, and was gone for about 45 minutes, you know, so that's too long for me. So I walked up there, and he has a friend that lives with him, and when I knocked on the door, the friend opened the front door and walked away, and I thought he said, "Come in." So I walked in, and when I got to Shard's room...
Who?
Shard.
Oh, that's the friend's name, Shard?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I looked in and I saw her sitting on the foot of his bed, just kind of like looking at me with a smile. And then he was sitting, kind of jumping up out of his bed with his boxers only on. And there was porn on the TV and on the laptop sitting on the bed.
Yeah.
Okay, and what happened?
So I didn't say anything, and when they come out of the room and we left, I'm waiting for her to explain to me. You know what I mean? Like,
You don't ask her anything?
no, I didn't ask because I wanted her to explain to me what I just saw. And
What happened?
she acted like nothing happened.
You said you brought a witness with you today?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a witness.
She got to pretty much grab the bull by the horn with this girl, man. Just can't just let her do what she want to do, you know. She's going to continue to run over him.
On the day in question, did she come over to use your phone that day?
No.
What was she there doing? If you'd like your case to be heard on divorce court, call us toll-free 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com. Miss the show? Watch full episodes on our streaming platforms and follow us on social media for exclusive content.
I was there to use the phone, first off. I would not sleep with him. He's just a friend. That's all. Because me and David don't communicate, he's like my friend that I vent to. And the day that he came in, he was in his boxers. When I come to use the phone, he was in his boxers because he was getting ready to go. He was getting ready to lay down. So
you're saying you just got caught in a precarious situation.
Correct.
There was nothing going on.
No.
You said you brought a witness with you today?
Yes, Your Honor, I have a witness. My witness is Sherrod Atkins. He's our neighbor.
You brought the neighbor to court?
Yes.
Okay, I hope he's wearing more than his boxers today. Mr. Sherrod, would you bring in the witness?
You're gonna step this way over here.
Mr. Sherrod Atkins?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you for being here in court today. I understand you know Mr. and Mrs. Fox. You are a neighbor.
Yes, Your Honor.
And a friend. What is the nature of your relationship with the Foxes, sir?
Well, you know, they just recently moved into the neighborhood, and I pretty much got an open door policy when it comes to new neighbors, you know. So
Okay.
I see them vent, arguing, fussing, fighting, carry on throughout the week, you know, on a daily basis. So sometimes they come over, they hang out, kick it or whatever. But I really think that, you know, they just need to get on one accord, man, to have a better understanding. Because they're just going to continue to regurgitate the same problem if they don't. And I try to be a helping hand for them, give them a ride to the store, you know, just small things like that, because they're trying to give them their feet, so I try to help them out, you know. But it got to a point to where that, you know, the guy kind of, I don't know if he's a peeping Tom or what, but what goes on in my house is my business, you know. So I don't even know about this underwear situation, but I kind of feel embarrassed on TV right now with that. But, you know, what goes on in my house is my business, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know what's going on with that there.
So on this specific occasion that Mr. Fox brought up, where he said he was concerned that your open door policy just to be friends with the neighbors led to something more with his wife. What were the circumstances that day, sir?
I think maybe he was just, you know, kind of like insecure. You got to pretty much grab the bull by the horn with this girl, man. You just can't just let her do what she want to do, you know. She's going to continue to run over him. You see him walk up and down the street, man, he following her like a little puppy all day, throughout the day. I said, man, won't you come on in here and sit down? Have a drink, you know, come on and talk to me. That's the kind of guy I am, you know.
So on the day in question, because I understand you heard the testimony while you were waiting to come in, did she come over to use your phone that day?
No.
What was she there doing?
I mean, she comes over to hang out. I mean, I don't know what she told him, but when she comes to my door, it's nothing in particular, like, hey, what's going on? I just want to come shoot the bubble, shoot the breeze, which is what's going on, you know. Nothing in particular, but you just can't jump to conclusions if she does this all the time, you see? You know, when you've been stripped from everything, you ain't got a job, you're not accumulating any money, of course you're gonna overreact, you know, you're gonna overthink things, you know? So like I say, man, next time just call before you come, bro, you know? That's why I got an open door policy with these people, because it seems like they kind of characters, man. You know, it's always something every day. And truth be told, man.
So you're like the neighborhood therapist.
I mean,
just there
you know,
with the listening ear and the open door. What is your opinion, since you're in the neighborhood and you see so much? What is your opinion about their marriage?
like I say, when you lose your job, and you know, he's always complaining about the girl being black, and he's the only white guy in the neighborhood, and he's like kind of feel, you know, like left out, and you know, kind of timid on a lot of things. I really just feel like he gonna have to step up, man, and like I say, pretty much get on one accord with this girl, because if not, like I said, it's gonna continue to be a problem. It's gonna have to be done, man. Unless you're gonna lose your girl, bro. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you. I'm
Don't worry about that.
Thank you, Mr.
Away.
Atkins.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, you could come. You could go back there. Thank you.
All right.
You've been married for a year. You said, Mr. Fox, you came to court today. You wanted your wife to start treating you with more respect, or you were ready to leave the relationship.
Yes.
And you have asserted several instances that I find to be highly disrespectful. Mr. Atkins, in that incident aside, because I actually find him to be a pretty credible witness, the circumstances didn't look good that day, but based on what he testified to in court, I think he probably does just have a lot of people over, and people come in and out. And, you know, there's always that house in the neighborhood, and that probably is his. But a lot of the other things you've described today, I don't think you're quite ready to leave this marriage. You're just 1 year in, and you're trying to figure out how you can make it work. And perhaps you can be a better communicator. It's something that you can do is learn to speak up for yourself a little bit more. But my biggest concern is your wife doesn't see much of an issue with the things that you've alleged in court today. And you can't ask someone to change who doesn't see an issue with their actions. People get married, their financial status, their financial situations, it's gonna change. You're gonna go through peaks, you're gonna go through valleys. You talk about communication, you essentially took $5,000. There was earmarked savings for your marriage because you didn't know about it. You don't say a word and you spend it all. He just said he lost his job, he hasn't been working. That was the most irresponsible, selfish thing you could have done. And that's what I've heard all throughout this case, selfishness. You disappear with these men that you've just met. Oh, I'm just going to cigarettes. Oh, I'm just going to the store. Oh, I'm just going to run errands. It doesn't add up. It doesn't make sense. So whatever it is you're doing, if you want to stay in this marriage, you got to make some different choices, because it's reckless, it's irresponsible, it's disrespectful, it's emasculating, and everybody in the neighborhood knows. Mm-hmm. More than that, she doesn't see anything wrong with it. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to your level of compatibility and what you expect out of a spouse and the boundaries you want, it's almost as if she has taken the position that, because I think you have a more laid back personality. I don't think you like conflict. I don't think you like to ruffle any feathers. And she takes that for granted. But you better start ruffling some feathers, or this won't be the last time you'll be in a courtroom like this. And if you want to stay in this marriage, start respecting the man that you married. Show him and treat him with some respect. And that starts with you having some dignity about yourself and the choices that you're making. Good luck to both of you.
I believe she had a lot of good points, and some things I'm definitely going to work on, and hopefully move forward from there.
I got that, you know, me disappearing on David at times, I know it's bad, but I will work on that and start respecting my husband more, because I love you. I do. And I want this to last.